Hello and welcome. I'm Jeremy. Thank you for stopping by Movies Are Terrible. This is day 4 of 20 Days of Halloween, 20 Days of Horror Movies. And on this review, we're discussing The Hallow. This is a 2015 Irish-British co-production that is directed by Corin Hardy. Corin Hardy is going to be directing the upcoming Conjuring spin-off, The Nun, and this is his directorial debut. It stars Benjen Stark and Roose Bolton from Game of Thrones. I don't know what their names are, but Benjen's character's name is Adam. He is a conservationalist that moves his wife and their newborn into a remote area in Ireland so that he can continue some sort of research in the local forest there. Well, the locals themselves are none too happy about this because they are a superstitious folk. In fact, Roose Bolton keeps coming around and kind of warning them, don't go out there and fuck around in those woods. There's bad stuff going on out there. They believe that if you intrude on this forest, then the forest will intrude in your lives. And they believe that there's like fairies and elves and dwarves and all of these kind of night creatures that exist out in what's called the Hallow. So they're very opposed to these newcomers going and, venturing out into this kind of sacred ground. Now, the movie, it feels rich with folklore. There's never a big exposition dump where it explains it all to you, but you do get a sense of the lore and how long that it's existed within this group of people, even if it's totally fictional, and I enjoyed that part of it. The performances are all exceptional, and even though none of these people are like household names, the characters very much bolster a pretty straightforward story. So I am going to talk to you guys a little bit about some of the plot points that happen along the way. I'll try my best not to totally ruin the experience for you, but basically there are these creatures out in the woods that are after their newborn. That's all I'm going to give you right here. It's up to the mother and the father to protect the child until daybreak because these monsters can't exist in the daylight. They only dwell at nighttime. And it's well directed. It's got some very tense moments. It's visceral. There are some really good gore effects, but not only is the gore well done in practical effects in camera, but the designs of the creatures is phenomenal. I actually watched another movie a couple nights ago called The Void, and it too had monster makeup and creature effects in it. But there's something about the Hallow's approach that I really responded to. It's not distractingly prosthetic. It doesn't feel like a big giant rubber costume or a bunch of prosthetics on people. The way that they design these creatures, they're very otherworldly and kind of disturbing and almost part of the forest. It's a really interesting look, so I gotta give them props for the art design as well as the special effects. As I said, the performances are good. It's tense throughout. It's got a short, lean runtime, and it stays engaging. It hooks you viscerally all the way at the beginning, and it carries you through till the very end. On a scale of 1 to 5, I'm giving The Hallow a 3 out of 5. Thank you guys so much for coming by yet another episode of 20 Days of Halloween, 20 Days of Horror Films. I'm Jeremy. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, take just a second, slash that like button. It really helps me out. And if you want to share this video and help get the word out, I'd greatly appreciate it. To stay up to date with all of these movie reviews and more terrible content, just click subscribe, followed by the bell to enable notifications. I'm Jeremy. Be terrible.